My people, Jesus and Santa Claus are real. The unreal is not perceivable. Nothing that makes potent appeal in a conversation is unreal. Things that are real will draw real reactions from that person who comes in contact with it, whether by seeing it, by smelling it, by feeling it, by hearing it, or by tasting it. If man or the humankind comes into a situation where he lost connection to the God in him, he has the faculty to create God, and at some point he will. Why? Because by innate form we must make manifest. We have to create or fail. In order to manifest, we must connect to any platform to keep us grounded to the vine. Our natal platform is source that is within, God internal, man divine. However, because there was culture, then we were told that the power was outside of us. How and why? It began when someone discovered something in the physical realm and charmed us by it. It began when the one that conceived the highest science turned it into the esoteric and took power unto himself. When he deceived and told us that he was now the source or mediator to that source, so that by us giving reverence and service to that source, it would all come to him. All that reverence and service would come to him. If you say that a God in the sky wants offering, then that money, never no one see anyone loading a rocket ship to take to heaven, never. But they see the Vatican getting richer and richer. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. When we create any God and by believing in it, we give our minds ease to draw on the image of that ideal power to manifest magic or other benefits on our behalf. Half of the time, when we make magic, we do not even realize what it is. Let me show you something that you can do every day, but it's no different from things that you do in your lives without realizing. The next time you feel lethargic, as like you cannot handle the physical work, go to a big strong tree. Be loving and kind when you speak to it. Say hi, brother or sister, and greet it with love. Ask this tree for some of its strong energy and place your hand like your palm flat against its trunk. Place your palm flat against its trunk. Make sure that the hollow near your wrist joint is flat against it. The hollow near your wrist joint again. Make sure it is flat against the tree. Then concentrate and feel the energy go up at that point, at the base of your wrist, to your shoulder blade, into your body. Feel how powerful the strength of the tree becomes. Do not move until you feel it. Thank the tree kindly and go back to work. Go show off your superhuman strength. You just did a miracle and you didn't need Jesus. All you needed was you, and you used a tree for groundation. All you needed was you, and you used a tree for groundation. You do magic all day without even knowing it. You cannot manifest a creation without a strong groundation. Many a miracle was conjured on the farm of Jesus and Santa Claus. Is it good or bad? It is good that he who cannot walk has a crutch to lean on. It is bad that by, by him focusing on God outside of him, he will not come back to knowing in himself. He will not come back to being one with God. Therefore, he will not obtain the value of great heaven inside him. He will remain in the peasant state. He will remain a peasant. It is nonsensical to assert that a thing that generates real and telling reactions from the observer is unreal to the degree of being insignificant. It is nonsensical. The reality of Jesus or the reality of Santa Claus is way more telling than that person who warns you that this or that is not real. What is reality? Reality is the word in its defining experience. Full stop. Reality is the word in its defining experience. Is money real? What is money? And why is money real and then Jesus is not? Why is money real and then Santa Claus is not? What is the difference in their principles? We see evidence of both written on paper. We see evidence of money, Santa Claus, and Jesus just the same way, written on paper. The man that conjured Santa Claus did not make him real. Those that listened, observed, and agreed did. Once the believer believed on it, it became real. The man that made money did not make it real. Turn sunlight through any magnifying glass onto a piece of paper, and there, at that focal point, real energy will be put into the inanimate object. Focus on a thing and project thought to it. What you create within that is now entered to the subject without. So the man that made money had an idea, and this idea was to be projected to the paper in a universal way. He made that paper. He did not make money. He incited and induced a certain condition of belief to the subject, the external subjects. Once the believer now believes in his idea, money was real. The spirit was universally formed to that inanimate object, transcending even the statue of its creator. The money became bigger than the creator of the money. For if the money was not real, it could not generate all these real reactions in a universal way. No one that steals money ever steals the facts surrounding the money. They steal the exact paper perceived as money. No one who grounds his faith, his logic, and his living being on Jesus grounds it on the truth of principles surrounding it. They ground their faith exactly on this perception and character of Jesus. Nothing that works is unreal. In this way, we, in explaining the truth about these principles of energy, must target only the effect of that energy. What is good or bad about Jesus? What is good or bad about Santa Claus? What is good or bad about money? We, as God creators who create gods at higher or lower degrees and scales, create them for reasons constructed as good or bad, to subjugate or to free the mind of the dependent being. So we who come as the teachers must weigh these energies according to how they purposed to our cause. What would I tell you about Jesus? I would tell you that this is an energy made into a confused and compromising spirit. It is like going to the supermarket and asking for salt. Someone takes up a package that is marked salt but is actually just a salt product. Salt is salt, but when you look at the ingredients, it will tell you that it is salt plus fluoride. You had use for salt, but what was your purpose for fluoride? You accepted. You keep accepting it. You claim to benefit from the salt, but fluoride make it to give with one hand and take back with the other. But you agree. You always agree. You buy a spiritual beneficent spirit, and you are sold a spiritual beneficent product with all of the demons attached, which they tell you will help strengthen you. But that is after they told you long before that it will kill you, it will poison you, or it will compromise your faculty. At the end of the day, you will use salt products for salt, saying it serves you fine and not need to do much more. As you are dependent for definition and you do not need your full faculty that this fluoride compromised to draw energies from the universe, you simply accept what you are told. You don't need evidence, you simply believe. So the truth about Jesus is twofold, and the solution is that we must see the Son of Man, both the shining sun and that child, as ourselves. We, as ourselves, must enlighten ourselves and strengthen the weaknesses in ourselves. We have a notion of a perfect Jesus whom we follow, but in our minds he must be sacrificed and his blood must be shed for all men to be free. This is the demon portal to vampirism. This is the demon portal to become as the sociopaths who rule this realm. And do we perform miracles by the name with these trapping falls? Yes, we have performed many in the name of Jesus. Yes, we perform great miracles in the name of Jesus for the price of our souls. We perform great miracles by this piece of paper we call money, but for the price of our freedom and for the price of God given earth. Peace out.